55 pounds, and will be vacating the featherweight title. So the way that this works is, as soon as the first punch is thrown in this fight, the title is vacated. And we will announce what Topuria's next fight will be when we get it done.
Dana White has just announced that Ilia Topuria will vacate his UFC featherweight title before moving up to lightweight to face Islam Makhachev. However, Michael Bisping favored Ilia Topuria's boxing, but noted Islam Makhachev's kicks and takedowns could make the fight unpredictable.
Islam Makhachev versus Ilia Topuria. Now, if we just imagine that the wrestling nullifies itself, which I don't think it would. I think Islam's wrestling is probably a little bit better. But if we just say that, if we look at the striking styles, Ilia Topuria, I favor him as the boxer. Islam Makhachev, he's got some nice little kicks, just as Alexander Volkanovski, right? The problem is with Ilia Topuria, with that boxing style, he's very, very heavy on that lead leg. So you're going to look for Islam Makhachev to chip away with calf kicks, try and keep him at bay with Ilia being the shorter guy, then bring the kicks upstairs, use straight shots, then mixing the takedowns. Either way, I don't know who would win, because both of these guys are absolutely incredible, but you can bet your bottom dollar.
Kamaru Usman supports Ilia Topuria's move to 155 pounds and believes he is top 3 pound for pound, backing his challenge against Islam Makhachev.
If he wants to move up 100%, I support it. Now, does he defeat someone like Islam Makhachev? Because people aren't paying attention of what Ilia Topuria is doing. He wants to be on that top spot, pound for pound. I think he's on top 3 right now, 100%. He knows this is his path to get there. Why not take off the pound for pound? So I support it. Let him try. And I'm having a joy watching Islam defend this title, of course.
Moreover, Kamaru Usman said that while Islam is likely to win, he can't be certain, considering how Ilia has surprised everyone twice.
But you just said Islam will beat him. I would lean towards that too, but he's definitely going to lose that fight. I can't say that because of the way he shocked us twice.
Dustin Poirier believes Islam is bigger than Ilia, but feels Ilia can knock out anyone from 145 to 170 pounds. He also believes Islam could win the 170-pound belt if he wanted.
Islam's a big guy.
Big guy.
I think he's going to be a lot bigger than Topuria, but that being said, Topuria is an assassin, and I believe he can knock out anybody from 145 pounds to 170 pounds.
You think Islam could become the champion at upper weight class, maybe 170 if he wanted to?
Yeah, I believe Islam could win the 170-pound belt.
Henry Cejudo would like to see Ilia fight Islam, and while he doubts Ilia's chances of winning, he believes that if Ilia does win, he'd earn the pound-for-pound spot.
If I had my choice, of course, Ilia fight Islam Makhachev. Do I believe Ilia could beat Islam? No. But if you ain't trying, the key is actually trying to attempt history. And if Ilya's able to go up a weight class, beat the pound for pound, then he automatically becomes the pound for pound.
Michael Chandler praises Ilia Topuria's calm and balanced style, noting he could catch Islam with a knockout, but Islam's size advantage would likely prevail after 15 minutes.
If Islam and Ilia Topuria go at it, who do you think wins?
Ilia Topuria may be one of my favorite guys to watch stylistically. How he doesn't force things, not getting emotional, not pushing too hard, also not taking his foot off the gas. He's just right there in the middle until he lands the big knockout punch. So I think he could catch Islam, but if that fight goes anything past 15 minutes, I think Islam beats him handedly just because Islam is a large 155er, and I don't think Ilia is that big. But ton of respect for both of those guys, especially Ilia Topuria.
However, Dana White has officially announced that Ilia Topuria will move up in weight and face Islam Makhachev.
55 pounds, and will be vacating the featherweight title. So the way that this works is, as soon as the first punch is thrown in this fight, the title is vacated. And we will announce what Topuria's next fight will be when we get it done.
Max Holloway believes Islam Makhachev's well-rounded skills make it difficult to bet against him, suggesting Islam's experience and control would likely prevent Ilia Topuria from winning.
Ilia versus Makhachev, what would you think? Who would win?
I mean, bro, it's hard to go against Islam. His fighting style is a tough one. You know, he likes wrestling, he likes striking. Now he's falling in love with his striking. It's hard to bet against Islam. At the end of the day, if he gets it, that's cool, but probably not. He has Volk and Diego running down the door right now, so I think it might keep him down here.
Bo Nickal sees Islam as pound for pound #1, but believes Ilia Topuria could do well, referencing Alexander Volkanovski's wrestling in their first fight with Islam.
I think he's the pound for pound #1 right now, and I think he can win. Happen. And what makes me think that Ilia will do really well against Islam is that Volk's first fight with Islam. I'm like, man, Ilia's wrestling is way better than Volk's. And obviously, you could see how the striking went.
Khabib Nurmagomedov felt Ilia Topuria deserved a shot at 155 pounds if he defeated a top contender like Dustin Poirier or Charles Oliveira. Otherwise, it's not fair for Islam.
Ilia Topuria. He said, you know what? I want to go up to 155 pounds, fight the #1 contender, and then if he wins that, then he fights Islam. I think that's good, brother. I think he deserves.
I think if he move up and he beat somebody like Dustin Poirier or Charles Oliveira, he's next. Why not? Because there is nobody.
Khabib disagreed with giving Ilia a title shot without facing a 155-pound opponent first. If Ilia had won against a top lightweight, Khabib agreed he could have been a serious contender for Islam's title.
So you don't think right now Ilia deserves a shot at 155 pounds?
Without fighting in 155? Without? No, I don't agree. Because Islam already give chance. And people talk bad about like, oh, he fight 2 times with Volkanovski, but the UFC pushed this fight, and this fight was good in first fight. But why Islam have to give 3 times chance for 145 champion? Why? It's not fair for 155 pounds.
Right,
But if he move up and he beat somebody like Charles Oliveira, of course. You know what I think?
Yeah.
I think he can beat him.
Yeah.
I think he can beat him.
I like Charles, but I think so too.
No, I think Ilia can beat him.
Paddy Pimblett thinks Ilia Topuria should defend his belt more than once before moving up to challenge for another title.
See Ilia fighting Islam. You know what I mean? He's only defended the belt once. Normally you need to defend the belt like 3 times, and he's not that big of a star to just jump. He's not McGregor. You know what I mean? To just jump right up and fight for the other belt. So I can't personally see that happening, but
Alexander Volkanovski acknowledged Islam Makhachev's skills, but highlighted that Ilia Topuria has the power to knock out anyone with his hands.
How would you see that fight going between Islam and Ilia?
Yeah, I mean, like Islam's really good, you know what I mean? But again, Ilia's the type of guy that he could knock out anyone. So he's got power in them hands, you know what I mean? Everyone knows that. You go in there fighting, you know that that's his chance of winning.
Ilia Topuria, while acknowledging Islam's greatness, confidently believes he's the best fighter in the world and could defeat Islam.
So we'll see what's going to happen. Me personally, what I want to do is to move up to the 155 because I know by fact that I can become a 2-weight world champion. Because Islam, he's a great fighter. He's the #1 pound for pound for the people. For me, it's me, myself. I'm the best fighter in the world. So I know that I can do with him whatever I want to do because I know that I'm much better than him.
John Anik thinks Ilia Topuria should defend his featherweight title and feels he's undersized compared to top lightweights like Islam Makhachev.
So I don't like to get too opinionated when it comes to certain things, right? Because Ilia Topuria has defended the featherweight championship 1 time. So the MMA fan in me and a meritocracy would like to see him sustain a little bit. And I do think he's undersized, at least as far as a lot of these guys at the top of the lightweight division, Islam Makhachev especially.
Luke Thomas believes that if Islam Makhachev is forced to stand and trade with Ilia Topuria, Ilia could likely knock him out. He suggests combining Islam's wrestling defense with Ilia's striking would probably lead to Ilia beating Islam.
A guy like Islam is forced to stand with Topuria for whatever reason. There's a good chance Topuria knocks him out. I think that this is what I mean. Like, imagine you could take Saryukian's wrestling on the defensive side and put it in the body of Topuria. That guy beats Islam.
Umar Nurmagomedov believes Islam Makhachev is at a higher level than Ilia Topuria and suggests Topuria should focus on defending his title.
Ilia Topuria don't need this. He just become champion. You have to defend your title a couple of times, even 1 time. Please, stay focused on your division. He have Mafsan out in Stanley, right now Max Holloway. When you have good fights on your division, be quiet. He's getting his levels, and he's not Islam now.
So what are your thoughts on this? Share your thoughts in the comments section and also make sure to subscribe and like if you enjoyed the video.